Hello friends, SentinalH here, and welcome back to our ChromatiCraft tutorial series. So I had a couple of... Wait, how come the world thing is over there? Go away. I had a couple of ideas for what to do this episode. I thought about doing the transposition gate, but there's still some features that I have to investigate just to make sure that I can tell you absolutely everything that you can do with it in that video. So I thought that I would instead talk about something that's a bit more like a bit more of a system in ChromatiCraft. So far we've discussed two different methods of putting Lumen Energy into things. We've taken a look at the actual Lumen network using crystal repeaters sending power from pylons, and we've taken a look at the relay, which uses the relay source and all the little bitty relay things to send power to things that can't connect directly to the network. Well, in this episode, we're going to take a look at a third way. And this way is used to power things that are portable, things that you want to take with you, put somewhere, and give it power. So connecting it to something that you have to build up a network for isn't really very useful. And what that is are energy storage crystals. Okay, so you can make energy storage crystals that you can then charge, and then you can use them to power things that are portable, like the area breaker, which is what we're going to take a look at the end of this video as soon as we get through this stuff. Okay, so you want to make yourself an energy storage crystal. Well, the first thing that you're going to need is an elemental core. This thing, it's pretty straightforward how to make it, but you need one of every elemental stone. Now, these elemental stones are mined, so you need to find these. And a binding crystal, which is also something you have to mine up. You don't make binding crystals, you mine them. And the same goes for these elemental stones. So we'll stick that in the center. And then I've got all of the elemental stones on me. Galazio starts in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put all of these into here. It follows what I call the standard arrangement, the standard order. If you remember this pattern in your runes in the floor, just refer to that, and that's how you put them in. Okay, so those runes in the floor are useful. They'll remind you where things go. I need the Kuro rune, so we'll grab these. And yeah, this is the standard arrangement. It's also, if you're in creative mode, it's the way that they're organized in the creative inventory as well. But yeah, just refer to your runes on the floor for the arrangement. Now that I got those all in there, we can cast ourselves an elemental core. This doesn't require any Lumen Energy. It's just a straight up cast. There we go. So we've got an elemental core. So now that goes in the middle. And now, in order to make this, first we need this runes setup. Okay, so we need Kuro, Karmir, Tahara, Nilla, Katrino, and Kajani. So let's go ahead and grab those. Doop, 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 doop. Take a look at where we have to put them. Come on, fly. Okay, so they have to be 1, 2, 3, 4 away from the. These ones have to be 4 away from the table. And remember, you gotta face north when you do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4 would put us right here. So it would appear these have to be at y equals 0, so the same level as the table. So these are going right there. Okay, between this row. So 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. Got it? Okay. So then, for the Kuro one, you got to go 1, 2, 3 over from there. So we go 1, 2, 3. We put it right here. So this, nope, that's the wrong one. Tahara goes there, as well as here. And Kuro also goes over here. Katrino on the bottom. Now, I'm going to have to break these for some things. I'm going to have to put runes underneath them, most likely. And some Kajani. And some Nilla. That's the one I forgot. So we'll grab our Nilla and put that over here. So that's the rune setup. Just like that. Now, just like the other thing that needed one of each elemental stone, we now need one of each boosted crystal shard. A bit annoying, but you know, there you go. It's an energy storage crystal. It's combining the power of every color into one crystal that allows you to use it to store power. That's the lore. That's how it works. So we have to deal with it. It doesn't really take that long to get all of them in. As long as you've got all of them. Wait, did I skip something? Nope. We're good. No, we're not. I skipped something. Red, green, brown, blue, purple. That, purple, gray, pink. No, I didn't. Oh, I skipped a couple of colors, but not much. Gonna make sure we get this right. There we go. Now it's right. So get one of each boosted shard in there. And now I have done something incorrect. Ah, of course. I'm an idiot. I need to put infused dust on the inner ones. Yes, me being dumb as usual. So infused dust, if you forget, requires is what you get. You get infused dust from essence lilies. I need more. Why did I only grab one? I know I needed more than that. Infused dust. So all the inner ones need to be filled with infused dust. And it still isn't working. Oh, I'm an idiot. So I placed these runes in the wrong positions. The corner runes, like a dummy-dum. So they don't go here. They go underneath these casting stands. They have to be 3 away. I mean, they have to be in the actual corners. So if we look at this, we can see that it's got to be in the corner. And I didn't put it in the corner. I put it like right here, which is dumb. So don't be dumb like me. Ah! What did I just break? Did I just break a rune? Was that a rune? I don't remember. Ugh. I'm wrecking everything. This Tahara rune has to go under here. No, there was no rune underneath there. If there was no rune under there, there was no rune under there. And then the other Kiro goes here. Okay, so now that I've quit being dumb. Yay! A Nulla Energy Storage Crystal. Don't worry, it only took me like 10 seconds to figure that out. What was wrong? It didn't take me a million years. So now you have a Nulla Energy Storage Crystal. Now that we have a crystal, this is the lowest tier, by the way. There's a whole bunch of tiers of crystals you can upgrade into. Okay? And I'll show you how to do an upgrade. If we go to the page for the crystals, which is over here in Energy and Elements, we can see that as well as the Nulla Energy Crystal, we have access to Dea Energy Crystals, Divi, Sami, Veer, Lima, and Ario. These are all different tiers. They each have the same upgrade. Okay, you gotta surround the one that's before it in the line with Resonant Dust and Chromic Dust. Now, Resonant Dust comes from Element Bulbs. And Element Bulbs are a World Gen plant. So, gonna have to go out and find them. I don't know where they grow, actually. I thought they grew... I think they grow upside down. Oh, they are. We talked about element bulbs before then. Element bulbs grow on the underside of jungle leaves, I think. Hanging from the underside of leaves, these bulbs are filled with a magical dust of unknown nature. Yep. So you gotta find those if you want to upgrade your things, your crystals. So we'll go ahead and do an upgrade, just so that you can see it. So I'll grab myself 8 Resonant Dust. And then you need a whole bunch of Chromic Dust. You know, it's actually pretty easy to get your hands on, you know. You just need to... Well, Chromic Dust, it comes from an ore. It comes from that magically infused ore. So if I just take this Nulla Energy Storage Crystal and put it in the middle of here, put Resonant Dust around the inner ring, and put chromic dust in all the other ones. Brown, 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 brown. Then we can upgrade it into a Dea. And you can keep going, and you can keep upgrading your Dea into another one, and you keep going and get the higher tiers if you want. Now that you have crystals, however, you need a way to charge them up. To do that, you need a storage crystal charger. Okay, storage crystal charger, you'll find it in the book. If we scroll over here and go up to multi-block casting, you'll find storage crystal charger right here. Okay, it's that little obsidian frame. To make it, we need a crystal core, a stone slab, 4 obsidian, and 3 Tahara shards. So I'll go ahead and grab that stuff. There's the crystal core. They're non-boosted, so 3 Tahara shards. And then back to standard Minecraft to grab ourselves some obsidian and a stone slab. So we put our we put our crystal core in the middle, and then we put our items around it. This is one of the first multi-block casting things. Get my obsidian down there. So stone slab, boop, obsidian, corners, and Tahara crystal shards. And now we can cast a storage crystal charger. Boom, there it is. Now you've seen me have this in my base before. The storage crystal charger charges from Pylon network, okay? So all I need to do is stick this down somewhere in my base that has access to Pylon power, which is, well, everywhere. But I'll put it down and look at my lumen tree. It's growing a lot of leaves now. It's starting to really grow out. I'll put it over here. It's going to grab all of the power, and it's going to charge up. Ah. Is it drawing power from my lumen tree? Or is that the sound of the lumen tree? What was that? It sounded like leaves were breaking. I don't know. But it's now completely full. 120,000 of every energy is what this can store. Oh, it looks like it's receiving power. Okay. So, did that actually drain power out of it? It looks like it did, actually. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe more leaves grew, and so it drew in some power. I don't know. The lumen tree is a mystery, how it works. Okay. So, here's a storage crystal charger. All you gotta do is take a storage crystal. In this case, we'll take the vanilla, and you gotta right-click it. Well, you don't. You put it in the... I'm an idiot. You put it in this thing here. So, the vanilla crystal only charges 125. That's pretty poor. 125 of each. The Dea goes up to 1,000. What was that? It's like a musical note sound. Anyway, I like how you can see the crystal in this thing. It's neat. So we've got 1,000 of each in this and 125 of each in this. Obviously, if you don't have all the colors connected, you will only have the colors that you have connected in here. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I mean, you could probably just put that right in front of a pylon and then stick, and it would probably work. Well, maybe not. Maybe you would need one repeater. I don't know. But it probably would. You could put that right in front of a pylon. It would probably work. Alright. So, but don't quote me. So we've got a charged Dea energy storage crystal. But now we need a way to use this power. If I hold shift, you'll notice that the little icon shows up showing what kind of power each thing uses. So this one has the repeater on it because this thing gets power straight from the repeater. This is the symbol for for power crystals. It looks, you know, vaguely like the power crystal, and that's the symbol you're looking for to know that it uses the power crystals. So let's go ahead and craft this area breaker so I can demonstrate it. So you're going to need a crystal focus, which we've made in the past. You're going to need motive dust, energetic essence, and Ikri crystal shards. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all that. Alright, so here is our crystal focus. We also need, I already forgot, Ikri shards, motive and energetic essence. Okay, so here's the Ikri shards. And then we have motive dust, and energetic essence. If you remember, energetic essence comes from resonant clover, and motive dust comes from ender flowers. So we'll go ahead and stick the crystal focus in the center, and then we'll place our items around the side. Ichor shards in the corners, motive dust, I believe top and bottom, energetic essence left and right. Did I get it right? I did. Area breaker, craft. So there's our area breaker. So, you know, it should be pretty obvious by the name what the area breaker does. It breaks areas. I'm going to come over here and demonstrate, you know, sort of the various settings and how it works. And then we're going to go underground and actually use it. So if we look at the book, you'll find the area breaker over here in multi-block casting, right there. That's it. So it talks about you decide that you're going to build your house underground. That means clearing away the rock, gravel, and stuff, and it's really annoying. You could, you know, use a machine. It talks about, I think it's referring to the Buildcraft quarry here with the orange pipe everywhere. And so what we got going on here is this would be a better way to clear out a large area. That's what it's talking about. So that's what the area breaker does. Now, it requires a redstone signal, and it requires 3 types of power. It requires Katrino, Zambaru, and I think that's Ikri, which makes sense. It looks like Ikri anyway. Yeah, it's Ikri. And so those are the 3 colors that you need to have in your storage crystal in order to use this. You don't have to have all of them. Now, if I place it down on the ground, you'll notice a bounding box when you look at it. If you look away from it, the bounding box goes away. This is, you know, the shape and the size of the area that it'll clear. As you can see, it can clear a very large area. This is the largest setting. If I take my elemental manipulator and I hold shift and right click on it, I can reset it to the minimum size. And then if I hold shift and right click, it'll get larger. So that's 2, and that's 3, and that's 4, and it's talking 1, 2, 3, 4. It's talking about the radius from the center, the block itself, not counting the block itself. So a 1, 2, 3, 4. So at this setting, we would end up with a 9 wide, by 9 wide, you know, squared hole, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like 6. It's like 5 high. And if I keep right clicking, it'll keep getting bigger until it reaches maximum size, which is 16, and then it goes back to 1. So we'll go to 4, and now if I don't hold shift and I just right click, it changes the shape. Okay, so in this case, what we've got is, you know, some sort of funnel shape ceiling thing, and it's going up. And when I cut this out in the rock, we'll be able to see what it actually does. You can see the shape that you've got inside the area breaker. Here you have a cylinder, which is cool. And now this cube is on a diagonal. Now we have a pyramid shape, which is neat. Hexagon. Octagon. And now we're back to the cube. So those are our options as far as the shape of things that we want to break using the area breaker. Alright, so there's no point in using the area breaker out here because we're not underground. So we're going to go underground. Let's say you wanted to dig out a hole inside of this hill here. So we'll just punch our way into the hole a bit. Say we'll get about, you know, this far in. And now you want to make a room. So we'll place down our area breaker. We'll hold shift and right click with it to set it back to 1. And then we'll set the size of our room. Or 2, 3, 4. How about 4? And we'll decide what we want. Maybe we want a cylinder. Okay? So now we have to hold our Dea Energy Storage Crystal in our hand and right click with it. So it's disappeared. It's gone into the area breaker. And now in order to actually get it to work, we need a redstone signal. And it's already drained the neutrino out of this Dea energy storage crystal. So there's only 20 left. So this energy storage crystal is not big enough. It wasn't able to store enough power to run the area breaker. I'm sure the area breaker consumes power every block that it breaks, and it obviously consumes more power than what we had there. As you can see in the graph, it's mostly neutrino. So the Dea isn't going to be big enough. So we'll move to the Divi, which is 8,000, and we'll see how far that one goes. It's got like this neat little zappy white beam. And what it's going to do... Oh, we ran out again. Yep, neutrino's down to 48. So as you can see, neutrino is what it needs the most of. So you're going to want to upgrade your storage crystal quite a bit in order to actually use this thing effectively. Because if you want to dig out a room this size, as you can see, you need a lot of power. So if we go from Divi, which is 8,000, the next one up is Sammy, which is 64,000. That should get us a decent way. If you leave the redstone signal on, it'll just keep running. I wonder how it chooses which blocks it wants to break. It looks to be going around the perimeter, but there's a significant number of blocks here that in this level that it actually hasn't broken. Let me get a some night vision going on here so we can really see it. Pretty darn cool. Oh, we ran out of power. Yep, neutrino down to 28. As you can see, the area breaker does require a significant amount of power. So we're just going to now grab the biggest one. So that was Sammy, 64,000. The next one is Veer, 512. And then you have Lima. And finally Aru, which is enormous, 32 million. So we're just going to go and grab the Aru. There's no way this one's going to run out of power. Breaking it up here too. I thought that this wireframe was its maximum height, but it looks like it's going higher. Interesting. As you can see, it also breaks minerals. It's gone all the way up to the surface. Why has it gone so high? Although I'm complaining, this is quite useful. It's going up pretty darn high. And it hasn't even finished cutting out the room. Ah. Well, it looks like it's done. But it shouldn't be, because there's a lot of stuff that it didn't cut out here. I'm not sure why it didn't cut out this stone. Well, let's take our area breaker. And our enormous RO crystal, and we'll go somewhere else. How about we go maybe right here, and we'll try out that this interesting shape. Get off of my area breaker. No. We'll find out what this is. Last time I did 4, it went a little crazy. Well, let's see what this does. What? Okay, so it's cutting out a circle. And I assume the point of this is that every layer up, the circle gets smaller. Huh. Wow, it should be going more higher, shouldn't it? Interesting. Sometimes it's like it doesn't want to do it. Let us go and do a pyramid. This should be fun. And we'll grab the giant one. Come on. Let's go to a more confined space. Over here. We'll set it to the pyramid shape. Oh, of course. I haven't put the crystal in. Crystal goes in. Diggy, diggy, dig. Huh, there we go. Well, it looks like if you want to use this one, you're gonna want to make it big. Why doesn't it break the block? It doesn't. It looks like it doesn't break the blocks directly around it, and for some reason, it doesn't like to resume where it left off with the bigger size. I don't know why. It's just gonna make a hole that is 7 on a side, so a total size of 15. Obviously, the larger the room that you're trying to dig, the longer this is going to take. You could also use it for mining, if you wanted to. Be more like strip mining. Yeah, look at that. With the cube room, it's very easy to tell how big it's going to be because the wireframe seems to match perfectly. So this is the area breaker, guys. You can select numerous different shapes, tune the size up to 16 radius, which would be a... oh goodness. 16 on a side plus 1 would be 30, 32, 33, man. 33 diameter room. That's a pretty sizable chunk of ground that you can carve out with this thing. And I like the fact that you can cut hexagons and octagons as well. Very neat. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode as we've taken a look at the energy storage crystals and one of the machines that requires them. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Like and comment the video if you did enjoy it. Stay tuned for future episodes. Join our Discord if you'd like to chat with us there. I'm SentinalH, and I'm signing out.